Hey, it's Wanda Farrar of Farrar Inc., the president and the principal broker for Metropolitan Living and Beach Living Realty Groups. I'm checking in as the December updates, and I just wanted to send out a reminder that we have our last 2024 tour stop. So the MLRG Life and Style 2024 December tour stop will be a book discussion, and the book is on Ella Baker. That's the title, Ella Baker. And the date is Sunday, December the 15th, and it'll be at 2 p.m. So I'm hoping that some of you can join us. We've been having some good book discussions, and I'm out here in the cold. As they say, baby, it's cold outside, and it sure is. I'm cold sensitive, so I have to be a little careful. But anyway, December is only the 3rd, but it is busy. And so, as you know, you have to finish strong. And so for 2024, these are our last few weeks before the new year. So we are working on our 2025 plan and trying to get things in place and finishing up the things that we have to do for 2024. So it has been interesting. So anyway, I look forward to you all participating in the 2025 MLRG Life and Style Tour. We're still in virtual mode. It's the virtual edition that we switched over to after the pandemic took place. And so for our in-person activities, it'll be under our Where in the World is MLRG theme. So we have that page. And so if there's some activities that we are going to do, we'll add those to that page. But we pretty much have a schedule for the Life and Style Tour for 2025. As you know, we play spades, bingo, and book discussion. Spades, bingo, and book discussion. So we do that each quarter. And I am finalizing the books. So the schedule is set, but we have 4 books to pick. And so I believe that the first book will be Miseducation of the Negro. So that was a book written by Carter G. Woodson. He's known as the father of, I guess it was Black History Week at first. So I think that book will be pretty relevant for us to reread or read for the first time for some in the new year and discuss it in March. So look out for the 2025 schedule. So anyway, I hope you all are doing all right. And I hope that December would be a wonderful month for you. So anyway, I'll be back at another time. Take care. Bye. Hey, welcome to the 2024 MLRG Life and Style December tour stop. And this is the last stop for the year. And we're having a book discussion today. The book is titled Ella Baker and the Black Freedom Movement. And so I had an opportunity to listen to the book and just finished today. So I had a little technical difficulty. We got 2 people. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm trying to let people in. But it is, I'm out for a family event. And as part of that, I have to work and try to do some stuff at the same time. And we're actually at the Mall of America. So took the girls here or 2 girls. I got plenty girls in my sphere to do a little shopping while I work. So they're going down back to the mall. So anyway, it looks like I have a slow connection too. So today is our book discussion, and I'm looking forward to showing you some clips. I'll do that in a bit. And we're actually posting a lot of our stuff. It should already be up. We were trying to do it in collection so you can see by the year, but we're trying to figure that out too. So anyway, we'll have this schedule for 2025, and hopefully you'll be able to register for the entire year if you like. Bingo has been the most popular this year. Spades last year. I think it was spades. But now even the book discussions are becoming a little more full because we had an actual sold out event. So I'm not sure if people are able to log on, but I'm looking forward to talking to some folks. So anyway, I'll be back. Bye. Hi again. This is the 2024 MLRG Life and Style December Tour Stop, and it is a book discussion, and the book is titled Ella Baker, The Black Freedom Movement, and I'm going to share this video so that people who may be looking online or later can get a little context, okay? Here we go. Let's see. It's always hard to do this at the same time, but here we got it. It's at the volume.
What do two of the most important civil rights organizations have in common? Meet Ella Baker, the brilliant Black woman whose ideas and careful grassroots organizing helped give birth to Dr. King's Southern Christian Leadership Conference and to the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. For this reason, Ella Baker is reverentially known as the mother of the civil rights movement. Born in Virginia in 1903, Ella Baker was educated at Shaw University before moving to New York City in 1927. By 1930, she'd started organizing.
Ella Baker joined the NAACP in 1940 and helped young leaders find their voice and their leadership capacity. And one of those people was Rosa Parks, someone we all know. Ella Baker was also recruited by Martin Luther King to help run the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which was helping to build the civil rights movement.
Then in 1960, a group of Black college students were denied service at Woolworth's segregated lunch counter in Greensboro, North Carolina. In an act of nonviolent protest, the students refused to leave, inspiring similar sit-ins across the South.
Ella Baker left SCLC to help a group of young people form the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee.
I remember Miss Baker saying, many of you are from some of the quote-unquote best schools in the country, so when you go into rural areas, don't go in there thinking you're going to lead the people. Find out what the people want.
When you heard Ella Baker speak, you were ready to get out there. She really wanted us to stand up and speak out. And she gave you the energy to push. You can lead, you can be somebody, you can do something.
More interested in effecting change than public acclaim or financial reward, Baker inspired a generation of young Americans to risk their lives to fight racism, sexism, and white supremacy. Simply put, the mother of the civil rights movement had many children, and we are her heirs.
Well, all right. That's just a brief overview of Ella Baker's story. And let's go into the next clip just so we can look at that too.
Hey. When I think of legendary Black history makers, I think of Ella Baker. In 1960, when sit-ins broke out throughout the South, she saw that there would be value in bringing together sit-in leaders from many campuses. And she arranged a conference at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. Out of that conference grew the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Ella Baker wanted the ability to have a place where we could keep up with what was happening on all the campuses where sit-ins were taking place. Miss Baker supplied a philosophy. I recall her saying, don't expect to lead the people. Find out what the people want and what they want to do.
Okay. I'll be back in a little bit after reviewing some of these other videos. I'll share a closing clip, and then we'll be done for the afternoon. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the support that you've given Metropolitan Living Realty Group, and I hope that you all will continue to select us as your real estate brokerage of choice. And for 2025, we definitely will continue our Life and Style tour, and we are finalizing the book selections, but we have all the dates scheduled, so that'll be posted soon. Okay, so I'll check back in. Bye. Okay, we're winding down the MLRG Life and Style 2024 tour. So it's the 2024 MLRG Life and Style tour. This was the last stop, which is the book discussion. I'm going to share a couple of videos to close out, but I just wanted to let you know that the 2025 tour is scheduled, and so we'll post the schedule and you will be able to register in advance for the 12 events for the year. So anyway, let's look at a couple videos. Let's switch this up and let's see.
But there's so much to learn, and I'm heartened that so many people are learning from this history. I wanted to share one more book. Ooh, there we go. Ella Baker and the Black Freedom Movement by Barbara Ransby. And that's the book I love to teach, in addition to the other ones that Dr. Johnson shared with us during her beautiful presentation. And Barbara Ransby is not only an amazing historian, but she's also an activist. And she's worked with activists in her community in Chicago. She's worked with Black Lives Matter activists and the Black Youth Project. And they are learning from Ella Baker. They are thinking about the importance of SNCC. They are thinking about, having that strong movements don't need strong leaders. And so I think sometimes we are underestimating the power of this generation, willingness to learn and willingness to listen, and the challenges of fighting.
And thank you, Dr. Kelly, because you encapsulated kind of the ethos of what's going on. But I also want to say that there's a question about being disheartened, and maybe I'm eternally optimistic, but hearing Dr. Forbes speak to us, and thank you so much. Every time I hear you, Dr. Forbes, I learn more and more, and it is that which is encouraging us. So that when you ask about, well, what did they do with SNCC? There were different activities that happened all across the time in which SNCC was formulated. One in particular I can think of is that down in Georgia, there were a group of young girls. They were 13 through 15 who protested, and they were at least, they were in like really South Georgia, and they were near Americus, Georgia, and they were protesting because they had been inspired by what had happened with SNCC, and they were protesting against a segregated movie theater. And they were arrested, taken to a stockade, and for several months, no one knew where they were. The location was not disclosed. The parents didn't know. A young photographer, a white young photographer who was a part of SNCC, was able to go take photographs of the young people, of those girls that were locked away in the stockade, and disclose the story. If he hadn't been a part of SNCC and was able to understand how he could use his white privilege to get information that was needed so that these girls could be released and their family could find out where they were, this is the nuts and bolts of doing this kind of movement work. There is no cookie cutter. There isn't any particular playbook that you have to follow. And that's what I'm encouraged by the young people who are doing the protesting now. They're doing it within the context of their own lives and figuring out from where they are. We call it standpoint theory. Where they are is informing what they're going to do. So they're not going to look like the sit-ins of the 60s, but they are reflecting that movement, that activity, and that's what really makes me excited about young people today and the different facets. Because as Dr. Kelly, you said, it is complex. There are different nuances to what we have to fight. We're in the midst of this syndemic, so that there are multiple fronts in which we have to push forward. But be discouraged? Not at all, because I am able to do some things that my great-grandmother, Miss Kizzy, who had a third grade education, was unable to do. And that's not that far away. That's just in the 20th century. Here we are in the 21st century. What is it we're going to be doing for ourselves? But we have to keep pushing forward, learning from the lessons that were given to us of the past, and then moving to the next part. Being flexible, networking. This is also about networks. Look at this multi-generational panel that we have. We're all in different eras, and we're able to talk together and share. That's what the movement work is all about.
Okay, so the last video is a speech from Ella Baker herself. So let me let you listen to that.
Friends, brothers, and sisters in the struggle for human dignity and freedom, I am here to represent the struggle that has gone on for 300 or more years, a struggle to be recognized as citizens in a country in which we were born. I have had about 40 or 50 years of struggle, ever since a little boy on the streets of Norfolk called me a nigger. I struck him back, and then I had to learn that hitting back with my fist one individual was not enough. It takes organization. It takes dedication. It takes the willingness to stand by and do what has to be done when it has to be done. It has to. A nice gathering like today is not enough. You have to go back and reach out to your neighbors who don't speak to you. And you have to reach out to your friends who think they are making it good, and get them to understand that they, as well as you and I, cannot be free in America or anywhere else where there is capitalism and imperialism until we can get people to recognize that they themselves have to make the struggle and have to make the fight for freedom every day in the year, every year, until they win it. Thank you.
Okay, so the next book has been selected. And so you have almost 4 months. Yeah, 4 months, because our first book discussion for 2025 will be in March. And that's Sunday, March the 23rd at 2 p.m. And it is The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. He was considered the father of Black History Week at first, before it became a month. And so for those of you who've never read this is an opportunity to just pick it up or listen to it. Or for those who have already, it's time to reread it. So anyway, I just want to say goodbye. Happy holiday. Excuse me. It's been an interesting 2024, and as you can see, it's got a little choked up. But anyway, it's been an interesting 2024, and I look forward to a wonderful and prosperous 2025. And I hope that you'll be able to join us and participate in some of our activities. May you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Goodbye.